Okay, I think everything is fine. Hmm. So let's start with something. Let's start with the hashing. Let's implement rolling hash. Where is the last problem? Should be after this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Mm, okay, so how do we implement hashing? Um, so this is a maximum possible element that we can have. So we need a good base. So let's go base. Let's do it here. Let's make base as 1e5 plus 1. I think that is going to be okay. We don't have 0, so that's a good base. So the number is going to be of some k length. Okay, so we have k length right now. So digits will be something like k into this base to the power. If we have k length, yeah, plus nums of plus 1 into base to the power k minus 1. And similarly, the last one is going to be whatever into b to the power 0. Okay, so this will give us 1, and yeah, it's going to be k minus 1. So now what we want to do, we want to remove this. How can we remove this? We can subtract this. Okay, simple. Now we have this whole thing. After subtraction, we can simply multiply by 10 and add another number, right? So multiplying by 10, not 10, multiplying by b. So this will become k minus 1, like the first digit, and so on. So yeah, let's do it. Let's use long for hash. Initialize it as 0. Okay, let's go till x. Why is it lagging? Okay, we also need something. We need this b to the power k minus 1. So let's keep multiplying b k minus 1 times. We can do it here as well. Let's call it power. Let's make it equals to 1. Okay, so power is going to be power into b, the whole mod. And we are running like x times, but I want this to be like x minus 1. Is that fine? Yeah, we could. Now we just have to do this hash thing, multiply by base, and then add this number. Okay, then also do the mod. This is already long. Let's also make this long just in case. Okay, fine. But how I'm gonna store this? So frequency of this hash plus plus. Let's run another loop from x to n. Now let's implement rolling hash. So first of all, hash will be what? Hash minus nums of I minus x multiplied by this power, right? Yeah. And because we are subtracting, let's also add mod. It should not go negative. That is it. Okay. Yeah, fine. We have successfully removed it. Now let's add this new one. Okay, add the frequency hash plus plus. Let's check whether it works or not. Oh, okay, this works. But I could have collisions now, because there might be a case like if I'm using mod 1e9 plus 7. So if hash is 2, or if hash is like 1e9 plus 9, both are going to give me 2. Let's use double hash. I think 1e9 is also a prime number. Yeah, good. So we can use one more hash. We need one more power for this. Let's call it hash 2 power 2, etc. Let's copy this power 2 power 2. Base is the same, but mod is going to change. Let's also copy this hash 2. Base is going to be the same, mod is going to change. We need to actually, but then I will have to check for both. Wait. So if we have 1e9 plus 7, so we had 7 before. Now if we have 9, then this is going to give me 0. How do I do this? So both of those hashes, so both of those conditions should satisfy, I believe. So I need to check in both. So if this is equal for sum, and this is hash, if hash 1 is equal and hash 2 is also equal, then we can say that's true, right? Yeah. So these two situations can give us same answer, and they too could be different. But if we have like 1e9 plus 9, then this is going to be 2 as it is, and this is going to be 0, right? So now these are not matching. Okay, I will be checking for both. Frequency 2, hash 2, hash 2, hash 2, nums into power 2, mod 2. Okay. All right. But hash is going to be the same, na? Like in both of them. Right? It could be different. Hash could be different. How do I check? Do I need to maintain a prefix hash? I should probably maintain some. If this is 1, wait a minute. There might be a situation then we have a collision in this one and we did not find anyone. Okay. Okay, it works, but it's not very efficient. What could be the case for efficiency? Maybe this. Maybe there is a better way to handle this. But like mod is big. What could be a better way? Will using a single hash going to give me some issue? It's also working, so I don't have to implement double hashing. Fine. Just remove it then. Hash 2. Frequency 2. But how can I improve time complexity? This is now optimal. Not optimal, but better. Can I optimize this? Not really. Mod is also big, so I can't hash using array. So I can just leave it here. Right. There was a problem I have discussed in my previous last video. It's hamburgers, I guess. This was also binary search, yeah. Is my extension not working? Hello? Is this because I'm not logged in? Um, okay. Let's just implement it straight away. Describes the recipe. Length of a string doesn't exceed 100. Current string. Only B, S, and C. Okay, so we have our string. Then we have three pricings of bread, sausage, and then cheese. This is confusing. Okay, bread, sausage, cheese. Third line contains three integers. Oh, this is a price. Okay. Now we have a R, I believe. So it was binary set. What is the maximum possible? What could be the maximum possible? Price can go till 10 to the power 12. And we can buy at max like 100. So 10 to the power 14. 10 to the power 16. So we are good with 10 to the power 19 around. Let's go with 0. J. Let's keep it 1E9. 17 is good. While J is greater than or equals to I. Let's go with the make I plus J by 2. We're gonna make a function check that is going to check for this mid. Okay. If that is true, we're going to increase the burger count. I equals to plus 1. Else, if we can't make it, then J equals to mid minus 1. Let's keep it as 0 and make answer as mid. Fine. Yeah. We need all of that, so let's initialize them globally. I can count how many I need. What is this? Oh, so how much she have? Okay. Should I count inside it, or I mean it's okay if I do this. Let's grab that X. That's completely fine. So let's quickly count how we already have. Okay. Right. Okay. So can we make X burgers? So how much do we require? Okay. How much do we require? Let's see. Let's do bread first. Required bread. Let's give it a nice name. So required are going to be X into, if A is for bread, right? Yeah. X into A minus how much I have, that is equals to NB. Right. Now required sausages, those are going to be X into B minus NS. Sausages is done, cheese is left. That is going to be X into C for cheese minus NC. Okay, so this is how much I need. Now let's look. Let's multiply it by price. Price is PV. But what if this is negative? Okay, what if it's negative? If it's negative, then consider it 0, right? Let's keep it that way. Sausage. Okay. Let's keep it max of 0 comma whatever it is. What is the problem? Oh. Okay. Now if required of B plus required of C plus required of S, if that is greater than R, then return false, else return true. R is not defined. Oh, first one is passing though. I got 11. So okay. Okay, so how 11 is even possible? So we need 2 bread, 1 cheese. We don't need any sausages. Fine. Sausages is basically B. Then in that case, this should always be 0. This is 0. This goes negative. If this whole goes negative, we ultimately get 0. Is 11 possible? Today geeks, absolutely after this one. Okay, let's see this one. So we have AS2 and we have CS1. P0, we don't need any sausage. Now X is 11. Is this possible? So this reg V is going to be how much? 22 minus. Wait, this is bad. Right. I mean, we need 21 breads. How much sausages we need? We don't need any sausage. Should be 0. How much cheese we need? We need 11 cheese, but we have 1, so we need 10 of them. Now let's multiply them by their price. I mean, ultimately we have 31. So it should be false. Why is it coming out to be true? Something is not correct. We have uppercase characters, right? Yeah, should be fine. This is also fine. Binary search is good. We can do something. We can see out everything. What is left? cheese. That's it. My god, okay. Alright. So the last check. We have 21 0, 0. Cheese can't be 0, right? We have one cheese. How is this coming out to be 0? Okay. Wait. X is 11. Okay. But 11 into 1 is 11, minus 1 is 10. Into price is 10. This should be 10. Why is this wrong? Ambiguity. Oh my god. Good now. Yeah. Okay, we can submit this. 371C. Let's go. Wrong answer. What? This should not be possible, right? But you could have a very large number multiplied by some number. What should I do? Like, what could be the maximum answer then? It should be 100. Okay. 100 multiplied by let's say this is 0. Price could be 100 as well. So 10 to the power 4 around. Prices. This is a total price. Should I go for like wait. I mean that's the same thing. It doesn't work like that. Probably not. But then I can't do. Okay. Hmm. Let's also make R. I think we're safe now, right? Can't take input. But how is that? Maybe answer can't be that big. Maybe I can reduce it already. 371C. Let's go. Mm, for the same issue, I believe. Yeah. What should I do? This is not, maybe this is not the correct thing to do. So if X is like, so A could be 100. So you can have 10 to the power 4. Let's reduce it by that. Let's try to keep it that way. Let's make it long. 12. We could have like 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's keep it. But actually, what could be the maximum possible number of burgers? There should be upper limit. A good one. The price can't be, seriously. The answer is much bigger. Okay, let's think about what could be the worst case. I think this is the worst case. Yeah. We have a single cheese. Everything is 100. Price is 1, which is the minimum, I believe. Yeah. So let's try to think of lower and upper bound properly. Or I can also just, ten to the power 19, I guess. So we will try to keep everything below 10 to the power 19. So I have an idea. Let's change this a little bit. If it exceeds, then we can simply just return. guess. What is C++ typecast to int 1 to 8? There should be an easy way like this, or maybe something like long we can multiply and typecast. This way. Wait, there is no standard suffix. I need to use this thing. Let's just typecast. But like it should not happen. It can happen again, you know? Okay, that works. Fine. Let's do something else. टोपी उतार दूं? नहीं उतारूंगा. GFG POTD. Let's see. Which one? 17. Where is 18? Okay, there we go. This is an easy problem, maximum sum problem. You're given a number n. You have to find its maximum sum value with 3 recursive breaks described below. Break into 3 parts. Consider only the integer part. Okay. Each number obtained in this process can be divided further recursively. Got it? At every step, we can take the maximum of current value of n, or the maximum obtained from recursion process. चिपक से गया बाल, लगानी पड़ेगी अब. We can take maximum of current value of n, or the maximum value obtained with recursive process. And we're breaking into 3 parts. And they have also given you those parts. It's n by 2, n by 3, and n by 4. it is possible that we don't divide the number at all and choose it as final answer. Maximum sum value, we have to return its maximum sum value. So for example, 12 into 3 parts. Now it is 643. Current sum is 643. Okay, got it. What is n by 3 plus n by 4? 4 3 are 12, 3 4 are 12, 4 5 6 7. So it is 7 by 12. 7 by 12, n by 2, 7 by 12. So it should be 7 by 14 if both are equal. But because 12 is lesser, that means if you will sum all of these parts, you will have something extra to sum. But we only have to consider the integer value, floor value. Okay. That's the thing. Yeah, it's GFG. Somebody told me to solve GFG. I have solved one hard problem on Leetcode. I'll come back to Leetcode after this. No worries. So we will like keep breaking until we get like something better. Correct. And it's still 10 to the power 6. We can write a recursive function for this. Like, this is easy. So we have this number x. What we can do is we can call this by x by 2. Excuse me, Control C doesn't work here. By 3 by 4. Fine. So either we get answer from this, or either we return whatever is x. Okay, this is what problem is saying basically. Fine. I think that is it. Just initialize your answer. And just do it here. That's completely fine. You can return answer simply. And what is the base case? Let's talk about base case. If all three are 0, I believe, if x is 0, then just return something, return 0 from here. Call this function solve with n. See, it works, but what is the time complexity of this? If you need optimization, you can use DP ultimately. See, we are dividing by 2, so there are 3 things here, but do we have to memorize? I doubt. Um, you can always memorize, but like it's an easy problem. I guess we don't have to. X by 2, X by 3. So if we talk about branches, so mm, so if we're starting from some node, where is pencil? So this is the main node root. So we're doing n by 2, right? And then we're doing n by 3, n by 2. I think we don't have to. Exactly. Okay. It was very easy. Just use recursion. What should we do now? I was practicing some SQL problems. Let's try to solve them. Let's sort by difficulty, go with the hardest. I didn't solve this one. I believe I solved it, no? Yeah, I already did. Okay. That is solution to display the records with 3 or more rows with consecutive IDs. Visited is the column with unique values for this table. Okay, so this is like a primary key. This is the date and this is the ID to the stadium with the number of people. As the ID increases, the date increases as well. Write a solution to display the records with 3 or more rows. With 3 or more rows. Consecutive IDs and number of people is greater than or equal to 100 for each. Five, 6, 7, 8 have consecutive IDs. Okay. Okay. And each one of them has greater than attendance. What that? Row 8 was included even though visit date was not. Okay. The row with IDs 2 and 3 are not included. 2, 3. Because they are not consecutive, right? At least 3 consecutive IDs. Okay. So what should we do? We need consecutive. Okay. And we want people. So first of all, let's just sort. Let's just remove everything below, right? So people less than 100, we can simply remove them from the table. But after that, do I find 3 consecutive? But do we only have like a single consecutive sequence that satisfy this condition, or we have multiple? I think we can show multiple. Okay. But how can I have like for this? We can have 2 and 3. Okay. But these are only 2. Okay, so now we have to look for these consecutive things. How can we order these things together? If I can order them, then I can use like count filter to do it. How can I order these consecutive things together? Mhm. I can use like some cases. So if next ID is +1, then we can make a new kind of add a new table with a group name, assign the same group, else move. Yeah, we can do something like that. So with removed as, so today's as educational code courses. Educational rounds are not, I don't think they are easy. um hmm, I'll probably won't be able to. I'll absorb this in probably tomorrow's stream. Okay, I won't give this contest. I'll solve later on. Let's try to solve this one. So how do we use cases? So first of all, select all. Let's give it a alias. And we need one more thing. Okay, so I'm gonna add like a temporary column. Let's call it a group. But I need to use case. How do we use cases? I'm not sure. PostgreSQL cases. I think we have something like if then condition case. When then. Okay. Something like this. We need case. But the problem is I need information of the next window. Any resource and roadmap to follow. Start coding before college starts. How to start coding before college starts? You can start with basic data structures, basic maths, play with like some prime numbers, loops, etc. You can also try making some scripts, try making some applications, web applications. That is going to help you, right? Just go to like YouTube and search for something like very basic. So if you want to do data structures, you can search for like prime numbers, etc. Apna college playlist. If you're not in college, you can do it, but yeah. You can use Apna college to understand basics, but ultimately you will have to code by yourself and understand things by yourself. So yeah. Okay, I have got an idea. I can use a window function. I can get this leading values. Okay. Lead and lag. I don't need a window function. Okay. I have to use it. I don't want to use it. Without over, like whole table. Must use over. Okay, then I can just order by some random shit. So now what we can do, we can use lead. Is this correct? Partition by. I can't do partition by here. How do I make like, what if I don't give anything there? Hmm. As okay, we got it successfully. This is 2, this is 3. Then we good. We probably need lag. So this is 3, this is 2. I can put it in a group. Okay. So I'll assign it a group first. But how can I assign like a variable and increment the variable? I can probably assign 2 here, just as before. Right. This is not equal. Then this is going to be 5. This is going to be 5. Can I do like self show or anything like that? Big tech companies on LinkedIn, many of them had ratings below and across 16, 1700. Still they cracked Amazon. I mean, yeah, if you have like 1600, you can still crack Amazon. You really think they ask like hard questions, like very hard questions? They don't. They're gonna ask you like very easy question, and it's also up to the recruiter. Some people are gonna ask you like very simple question, like count frequency of every element in the array type question. And some people will ask you like LFU cache. Although LFU cache is still easy, like for me it's easy, but if you're beginner, then it's not easy for you. And also for people like 16, 1700, I think LFU cache is going to be a bit challenging if they don't know. But if somebody did like problems on CSES, he can easily do it. I think this is a recursive problem. I need to apply some sort of a recursion here. Anything. Do to group consecutive. Very common trick. ID minus row number. Okay. Or with lag. I'm using lag. That's fine. Exactly. I want that. Oh my god, really? Oh. This is one. Not really. But how to do it with lag? Okay. We make case with lag. When ID equals to lag of ID. But ID is not going to be equal to lag of. Oh. Over order by ID plus 1. Yeah, so if current ID is upper plus 1, then 0, else 1. We also have ID minus row. How does ID minus row number works? These are row numbers. These are IDs. This is gonna give me 1. This is gonna give me 1. This is gonna give me 2. I mean, yeah, this will work. Okay, good. Now what we can do is what happened? From Stadium. Okay. Okay, this is the correct table now. Now we can count this. Okay. Mm, what we can do? If I use an aggregate function, can I use an aggregate function with a group? Maybe. I'm not sure about aggregate function. So let's count on r dot group. Mm, must appear in a group by clause. So whatever we have, it should be in a group by clause. We cannot use it. Let's just see. Okay, now we have 4. Count is 4 and 2. Mm, I think we can use over clause. From remove let's do partition by count star everything, partition by groups. Now we have like two. The only thing that should exist here where count is greater than 2, right? Where count is greater than 2, count doesn't exist. I think that is cool. What else? We don't need it. We only need these 3 things. What? Okay, got you. Let's select specific stuff. So we're gonna select ID. Right, we're gonna select visit date. And we're gonna select people from temp. Jump game 4, all nodes distance K in BT, numbers with same consecutive differences. All nodes distance K in binary tree. Those are good problems. But order by dot visit date. Okay, now we can submit. Like, this was a good trick actually. I think in SQL I will probably have to solve 50 problems and then I'll be like super good. Yeah, I'll do like one more SQL problems after dinner. Let's continue with data structures. Should I learn something new? Kth minimum element in a subarray. Beats. Preserve the previous version of itself. Okay, so it basically creates new nodes, attaches those new nodes. Or backtrack to previous states of data structure. But it is very useless for me at this point. What is slope trick? Convexity. With negative edge weights. Number of faces in a planar graph is not complete. Well, fast Fourier transform. What is this thing? What is fast Fourier transform? So many things. KMP, Z algorithms. Already know all of them. SOR basis I know, game theory. DNC. Virtual tree. Binary jumping. This is binary lifting. Convex hull, convex hull, convex hull. Smallest convex. Subset of points. So this is a convex hull. Hi Shubham Bhaiya, क्या हाल है? From where you learn SQL? From ChatGPT. I just did like ChatGPT. You should know like the basic syntax, like select, from, where, order by, group with having. What else? Window functions, over, and some aggregate functions, count, min, max, sum. Yeah, and like some window functions like row number, rank, dense rank, and there are like much more, but I think if you know basic ones, you are going to be okay. Hello, bro. Tutorial. I'll have to watch probably some video to understand this thing with monotone chain. So we have some problems. But like how this helps in optimizations. Before continuing, this is a convex hull. Sorts all endpoints by their counterclockwise angle. Counterclockwise angle. Okay. Around a pivot, I can see that. Making ties by distance. Okay, so if both are same and distance is greater, then it is going to be after, I believe. Every 3 consecutive points. From a counterclockwise turn. In other words, C lies to the left of the line from A to B. Convex hull, we choose 2 points. Cost of my setup. I made my setup in 2020. Costed me around 2 point, I would say 2 लाख. हाँ 2020 में. अगर सारी चीज़ें मिलाऊंगा तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा, बट you can say like 2,30,000 at max. I think this is more useful than convex hull. Static array. Given a static array, you want to answer queries in form of some associative operation L2R and queries with n log n time preprocessing, 2D range queries, extending range queries to 2D layout. टू डी सेगमेंट्री लैपटॉप नहीं है, लैपटॉप है मेरे पास. आई हैव अ मैकबुक. इट्स अ 15 इंच 15.4 इंच मैकबुक. इट्स अ M2 16 GB रैम. मैं लैपटॉप का नहीं बता रहा, मैं बस इसका बता रहा हूँ, पीसी का. I have 2 monitors. If you want to see my setup, I can actually show you. I will have to remove my camera, that's it. If I'm reading this, let's solve some problems. What happened? What happened? From where? I have 2 monitors now. One monitor is over there where I'm reading your comments, and one monitor is here, the main one. 1800 rating. I can try. Should I try solving this one? Let's see. Wi-Fi मेरा, हाँ, Wi-Fi is my personal Wi-Fi. As you can see, I'm using Ethernet, no Wi-Fi. I have my router just here above my PC. Background music ज़्यादा तो नहीं है ना? I have played some lo-fi music. I hope it's not too much. It's been a year only. Before this, I was in a flat, and this is a PG. Hit points, offensive power and defensive power. अच्छा, बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक सुनाई नहीं दे रहा क्योंकि मैंने कम कर रखी है आवाज़. अब आएगा ना? अभी ठीक है? Hopefully. Why is this not working? because of this helper extension. Let me try a I don't know why is this not working, but maybe because of analytics. Oh. The monster's HP decreases by max of attack minus defense. So who's attacking? Master Yang. Defensive power of okay, makes sense. Yeah, HP decreases by attacking of monster minus defensive of makes sense. Whereby denotes master. So both decreases happen simultaneously. Once monster's HP is less than equals to 0, same time Master Yang wins. Okay. Can buy attributes from a magic shop of Cyberland, catch bitcoins. This is same as the previous problem, I think. And he has to know minimum number of bitcoins he can spend. So this is binary search again. Okay. So first of all, we can, if we know we have these much points, wait a minute, this might be a little bit difficult. So if we have some bitcoins, can we beat the monster? All the inputs lie between 1 to 100 inclusively. So can we just simulate the fight? So what about the monster's HP? I think we can do this. We have master, then we have the monster. Okay. What else we have? We have prices. HAADH. Okay, we have everything now. Will we just simulate this? Let's think about this one. So this is a HP decreasing, okay? It does not have any effect on attack and defense. So we can do this operation as many times as possible until the HP becomes 0 or less than 0, right? That much we need. Then we will try to keep Yang's HP greater than 0. So the number of times we need, okay. So it's something like this. So attack of Yang, okay, minus this defensive power of monster. So this is like a factor by which the monster's HP is decreasing every single time. Now, the number of times this happens, so that his HP is, let's say, greater than 0, and we can do -1. So that will be the time the master need to fight him. Okay. But he can buy like all these 3 things. He can buy HP, he can also buy attack, defense. So attack will actually increase this thing over here. But monster can't buy anything. Okay. So what can I do here? This thing is fixed, okay, and this thing is fixed. These 2 things can change. We can buy some more to beat monster early. Good afternoon, Sir G. Good afternoon. Okay. Logging on Code Forces. मॉक कोडिंग लेवल क्या है आपका? मॉक कोडिंग लेवल इज गार्डियन. The maximum rating on Leetcode. The maximum title on Leetcode. Is there any relation? Of course there is. So this can change. If I'll increase it, I'll be able to beat monster in less time. Minimum number of bitcoins we can spend. This is not very easy. Rohit, come on, bro. He's one of my homie. Old one. I can see like the HP. So if HP is going negative, then that negative number plus 1 is what I have to buy. That is the first thing. But I may choose to increase my attacking power rather than buying. Okay. So in that case, if I will increase my attacking power, then the factor will decrease. Makes sense. What is going to be the optimal point though? Everything is between 1 to 100, so there are going to be at max 100 steps here, 100 points. Can I just try to see all the combinations? Let's see first example. So he has 1 HP, he has 2. His HP will decrease by 100. Minus 1, 99. Hmm. 100 minus 99. So this is basically, so this is a factor, the number of times, and then we can have like HP of monster. We can divide this number and we can take, for less than 0 we can take like the seal value of it. Right now we can also try to increase this by until we can. So 10 to the power 6 solution is fine. Minimum bitcoins. So how much buy I can buy, then how much HP I can buy, how much tech I can buy, how much defense I can buy. It could be just like a brute force. And then I try. If any condition satisfy the brute force, then I can return true, else I can return false. Okay. This could be the thing. We have to find minimum bitcoins. So what could be the maximum one? Let's keep it 2070 plus 1. Okay, we will implement a check function which is going to do that for us. If that is correct, then make it mid -1, else make less mid +1. Okay, it's also store this answer there. We good. Now we can implement a function. Now this is where we have to think, like how. Let's take some. Let's make it mid. Or maybe like we have bitcoins. Old wale hi to around what? Are you talking about what, problems or? Okay, so what we will do, we will brute force everything now. Okay, but we have 1 to 100. But bitcoins can be like bigger than that, no? See, monster has a HP of 9. What if defense is greater? Then HP is going to be the same. Okay, so first of all, this attack of Yang, this should be greater than defense of M. If we want to decrease the HP. Okay. Maybe we can start with some difference. We start with like a difference of 1. And we can go till the difference of 100. It could be more than 100 now. But this is at max 100. This is not. Should I try all possible value of files? Also, if my defense is like equal to attack of M, then I'm good. How do I do this? How can I make sure that my HP, if my HP could be 0, let's say my HP is 1, cannot be 0. So if my defense is equal to attack of M, then also I can do it. I mean, if price is 1, then I can buy like a lot of them. So no, it doesn't make sense to brute force it. So increasing some attack will reduce the number of attacks. Which will then reduce the HP lost. We can also buy HP. So we're gonna do whatever is cheaper. So buying the number of times HP is cheaper, or like increasing my defense is cheaper. So there are two things here. Okay, let's think about this particular point. And increasing defense above attack of monster doesn't make any sense. So okay, I can iterate this defense, because this can only go from whatever it is till this 80k of M. So I can do that. But what about attack? Because defense is, attack can be as high as possible. Attack could be at max the HP of monster. Okay. I mean, could be at max After subtracting from defense, we have like at least HP, so we could have like 100, and then this is going to be 200 at max. Okay, so this is 100 at max, this is 200 at max. This is 200, we can beat monster in like the first try. So this is possible now. Okay. Okay, so attack of Yang can be at max like 200, right? Similarly, defense of Yang, it can be at max 100. Okay, more is going to be waste, so this is like the upper bound. So what should we do now? Try some combinations of them? Maybe. Then HP can also, HP could be whatever. If we have these two numbers, we can see what is the output HP is, what is the required HP is, then we can see what is the price. If it is possible, yeah, I think we can do that. Master Yang and Monster. So these are HP attack defense. So this is attack of Yang. And this is defense of Yang. Okay. So this is the, okay, all right, so this is going to work. And how much we need to buy? So required B is basically required attack for Yang is basically I minus B. So this is what he's buying. Okay. And required defense for Yang is going to be J minus C. Cool. Now what is like the required HP? Okay, let's do this. So we can do again this thing over here. How do we find C value? We can add this to the numerator. That will give us a C value. Let's find the difference first. Okay. Attack of Yang, which is I, minus defense. What is the defense? I think is Z, I believe. This is difference for Yang, and this is going to be attack of Monster, which is Y. Defense of Yang, which is C. Cool. Okay. We have both now. Now to be Monster's HP to be 0. So if Monster's HP is, let's say, 5, and this is going to be, and if this is giving us, also first of all, this should be, this should not be 0 if I'm dividing. In case of 0, this won't be valid. if this 0 is cool, this is just not valid. Okay. So if difference of m is less than 1, then it is just not valid. But what if this is negative? I can make it positive though. So let's quickly make it maximum of 0, whatever is this. Let's also make this if this is 0, then we can do it anyway. Okay, but only if we can buy. So for now, let's keep it that way. If this is 0, wait a minute, if now let's calculate the price. So this times is basically HP of monster, which is X, plus diff of M upon diff of M. I think this is cool. Wait a minute, this is incorrect now. I should do -1 here. Yeah, perfect. So this is the number of times that I need to perform this operation. Now let's see what happens to this thing. Okay. How much HP I need to buy? So how much damage to Yang? This will be basically diff of y into the number of times. Okay. So damage might be 0. Then we good. Now require HP of Yang is whatever was the HP of Yang. So this was the damage to his HP. Now this could go negative. We want this to be like 1 at least. This was his HP after fighting, and we want it to be greater than 0. How do we do that? If damage is greater than A, then do should be greater than 1, so we can reduce it to 1 at max. So damage minus equals to, so whatever the damage is. Okay, so I'm reducing it to this thing. Now required HP is nothing but maximum of 0 comma damage. So if this goes 0, then we need 1 HP. Makes sense? Now we will see whether all of that is actually possible. Right, so total price. Okay, so this is the total price. That is HAB. So let's say required HP into L plus required attack. Attack is M. HM plus required defense, I believe, LMN. Right, if total price but I can pick like the minimum price from here. Why do we need binary search? We probably don't even need binary search here. It's paused, okay? It's working. Do we need binary search? We can find like the minimum that we need. Okay, let me try this thing as well. Alright, so outer loop ends. Initialize answer here. Let's not do PS for now. Let's see. Answer is going to be minimum of answer comma total price. Got it? Let's keep it max. What is the problem? We don't have X. Okay. Oh, yep. We need that. Makes sense. We can submit this 487A. Oops, stuck, I believe. No, it's passing. Wrong answer. Hell no, bro. So 915 is possible. Am I sure this is going to be till here? I think so. Why is this by minus C? Wait a minute. Something is not. I minus Z. This is my attacking power. This is the defensive power of monster. Attacking power of monster, which is Y. Makes sense. Defensive power of Yang, which is not C, which is actually J. I think this was the mistake. Holy shit. What happened? Input is 7. Oh my god. This is some 487A. It was 487A. Oh my god. Ah, fuck me. Or 87A. Let's go. Wait, is this the one? Still getting wrong answer. Answer is 950. This is coming out to be. What would be incorrect here? Y minus J. But we already had A and B. Oh wait. Wait a minute. We already have A and B. HP part is cool, but this is not cool. Oh, I did it. I minus B, J minus C. What is the issue here? So I is always greater than B and J is also always either equal to or greater than C. So J can go till attack of monster Y equals to as well, and this can go till HP minus defense, I believe. HP plus defense. So HP is 100. But we already have something. I minus Z, Y minus J, so Y minus J. Let's debug this. What happened? Unable to start debugging. Is there some issue in my config? I need to fix my config first. I did a reset I need to see what's happening for these values. How do I debug now? So this is my config. Let's do that way. Here's my main file. All right. Let's take my input and output. Let's see. So okay. Let's take this as an input. Okay. So I guess 3044, this is what we're getting. Answer is 915. Let's try to see what's going on. Okay, so there is some path issue. Run.out, that's fine. GDB, do I have it? Install this first. Yes. And also let's make it equals to, let's make it 950 for now. Okay, let's print check off 950 maybe. Let's see what. It's coming out to be false. It should be true. Breakpoint is there. Let's debug this. I want total price to be here. Add to watch. Do I want anything else? I want I and J as well. Let's see. So this is like a first iteration. So it is 4340. So it should be like 915 or below. A code chef Monday Munch. I don't give contest on code chef. What is a possible combination that actually decreases this price? So the price is decreasing. We can maybe try to think what could be the possible solution. Is these two loops are incorrect? Should I loop on HP? This makes sense. Should I loop on HP? Wait, I do continue, but I will have to check the price first. Then I'll continue. I won't check the HP. I don't need HP here, but I need both of those things. No, in this scenario, I only have to. In that case, I only have to buy okay, so if M requires what? Buying of defense, right? See how much price. This is how much he bought. What is the cost for defense is N. So if this is less than equals to Bitcoin, return true. So let's continue. What do I mean by continue? If that is the case, then I mean I can always do it, no? Only if I can buy. If I can't buy this, there is no point to check other things. Still falls for 915. There could be some other things here. Let me ask Gemini if what's wrong in this code. Maybe we get some. Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god. Really? Hello? $487A. Passing down. Okay, failed. What are other mistakes? I mean, what the fuck? I literally returned false like inside this loop. Yeah, that completely makes sense. Invalid. No, that doesn't mean that. Wait, really? Difference of M. Oh my god, this is wrong, yeah. This is absolutely wrong. Now this is correct. Silly mistakes. Getting 0 as an output. Should be difference of Y, right? Let me give him this solution and look into this one. Okay. Overcomplicated binaries first. The binary search, yeah, you can just use a direct message to find them first. Really? Okay. So I don't, yeah, I mean, I can do it. So I must be on drugs. Answer comma word of t into n, right? Check this shit. Okay, it's failing for other cases. Why is that the thing? So I'm getting 0 for everything. Okay. I'm getting long max. Expected was 0. It can happen if like Yang already have like enough. But like how? I'm checking for both of them. Let me check. Check this. Wait, difference of M, difference of Y. Also have to go check this now. What is M? If this is 0, then we can't do it. Just continue. The division by 0 crash. Alright. Okay, this is broken. How is this broken? When Yang takes 0 damage, you try to optimize with a shortcut. Defense cost, completely ignoring how much you spend updating Yang's attack. What do you mean? Defense 0. The only thing I care about is how much was the monster's attack minus J. You see, when like on Yang 0 always win, right? Only Yang's defense matter here, no? एक माइक ले लूँ, आवाज़ बहुत कम आती है, 100% वॉल्यूम. I do have a mic. मैं आवाज़ बढ़ा सकता हूँ, that's what I can do. I think अभी ठीक होगी. Noise का भी सीन है ना, that is also a thing. Completely right. Even if Yang takes 0 damage and wins, he still has to play for any attack power upgrades he bought in that iteration of the loop. Look at your shortcut. Inside the outer loop, you're testing a specific attack value I. Okay, if I is greater than Yang's. Okay, I'm testing a specific attack value. But attack doesn't matter, nah. Fucking shit. And if we even have one Yang attack. No, but like attack should still be greater than okay, now that makes sense. Yeah. But Yang's attack should be greater than defense of the monster. Check this one, check this one. One last bug remaining for some wrong answer. The high initial defense trap. Okay. I need to fix this. This can be greater than y. Y is monsters attack. Okay. So this can be maximum of c comma y. No, that's cool. Everything passed, and this should now be 487A. Why so many wrong answers? Right. What should we do now? Let's join some random contest and solve good problems. Okay. This is C, this is D. Okay, let's solve C. It is a group of n people labeled from 0 to n-1. So A of y is richer than B. So at the same time, so there are no cycles, right? Return an integer day answer equals to y. Y is the least quiet person, that is the person y with the smallest value of quiet pi among all people who definitely have equal to or more money than the person else. So all the person who have more money, like either equal or more money than him, the quietest of them is going to be the answer of it. So how do we solve it? We start from a node and we keep going towards the richer and richer, and we return whatever is minimum. This is going to be the answer. Least quiet person, okay. Least quiet person, what do you mean least quiet? The smallest value of quietness, so that is going to be loudest person. Person y with the smallest value of quiet of pi. The fuck? So we need smallest. Okay. So I would like to do a simple DFS here, and all the childs are going to be people who are not rich. So all the parent are going to be richer than the childs, and the value for the child is going to be what? Minimum of quiet. So that is very easy. I need a adjoint. Okay. We want parent to be AI has more money than we. Why? Has more money. So parent is always like richer. They don't have equal money, but always richer. Okay. So what do I do is adjoint of 0. So parent is richer than child. Do I also need like a vice versa connection? Probably not. Okay. Let's keep it that way. Now I can start from this bridge, go do all the things, and I can do this for all. I need a visited set. Let's make it. The better option is going to be just okay, and visited dot assign. So initially nothing is visited. Okay, let's quickly do a EFS and also create another vector. It's going to be my answer. Let's keep it that way. Let's do a TFS. So we're gonna have a node. We absolutely don't need parent here. We are going to have quietness. Let's keep it true. Let's pass this value as well. Okay, so what do we do now? So answer for this particular node will be equal to Q, right? So all the childs are going to have lesser money than him. Okay, also make visited of this node equals to 1, and this Q value is going to be what? Let's handle this Q value first. So this Q is going to be, I need the smallest value, minimum of Q, comma, quiet of this node. Okay. Adjoint of node, and let's call TFS from here. We're going to do the new child. passing this queue, and we're passing this quiet. Fine. And so for int I equals 0 less than n, right? So if visited of I equals to 0, then we can call this TFS of I with the quiet with some initial value, which I can take as maximum value, let's say, and we can return answer. We got some problem here. Where is the issue? Where is the issue? This node is fine, I believe. N is fine though. Okay. Output is 5 5. Why is it 5 5? Let's check for 0. Like, so who's richer than 0? We're going from parent to child, child to parent. Let's make a graph real quick. Okay, so 1 has a node to 0, 2 has a node to 1, 2 has a node to 1, 3 has a node to 1, 3 has a node to 7, 4 has a node to 3, 5 has a node to 3, 6 also. Now the answer for 0, my answer is 2. So apart from 7, everything is richer. Wait, no. So 1, 4 can also be a parent because 3 is richer, and then 4 is richer than 3. 4 is richer than 3. 3 is richer than 1. So 4 is also richer than 0. Then why the answer is 5, not 6? Person 5 has more money than... Answer of 0 is 5. What? Also, it is not a value of quiet, it is a value of person. If you don't know any language, you need to learn some language actually. You can start with C++ or Python. Just go to YouTube or some GFG, whatever. Follow some tutorial, right? Implement some loops, etc., and you will get it. So Bai is the least quiet person. So 5 is the least quiet person here. Exactly, because the value is 1, so should be implemented this way. Right. Going to 500, I can go like n square. That is simple. Let's not worry about this. So I am taking minimum quiet value, if answer of I so whatever the quiet value of this person, if this is greater than Q, but now I need to keep track of a node. So I can do like n square method here, like for every single node. Really? Like for a 1, I can go to all the richer and return like whatever the minimum quiet value is, and that value is like from which person, right? Okay, that is very easy. I just need to change my method a little bit. So now I want so richer to smaller. I want to go like I'm going towards the rich people. So I will explore all these nodes and I'm going to get something in return here. Okay. I'll get pair of int comma int. I don't need visited or anything as such. Okay, so with the value of Q should be the smallest. That is the first thing. So let's initialize Q as quiet of the node, and we need to grab the lowest them value, and also let's call it answer. With current answer is just the current node. What happens to child, right? So if quiet of this child right, so if Q is greater then answer equals to child, right? बेरोजगार हूँ अभी भाई, कौन सी कंपनी में? Okay, so we need minimum of this. It should be minimum. Now what can we do here? So we're getting something in return from here, and so I'll return Q and answer here. Okay, so you'll get quiet and the so from here let's make a pair. Let's call it MP. I think I can use like first to access this and second to access this. I'm not sure. Most probably we can. So I'm getting like the same return. Now this MP is going to be minimum of return. So I hope now I get those pairs. I just need these two things, and I'll be getting this pair from here. Let me print this first of all. So for 0 answer of I will make it as what happened? What is the issue? You have to use this after where? This is how we use it. No? Oh. Okay. This is used like with a bracket maybe. Yeah. Okay, this is correct now. I think the question is solved. N square is not possible. 500 is possible. So I might be going through everything again. Why does that happen? We could have these number of nodes, which is fine, but we can use visited array, I believe. So if this node is visited, that means we probably have already stored answer somewhere. I can do something. Just a moment. So if visited of I equals to 0, then only got this DFS of I comma void. And after doing that, let's memorize all these values. Yeah, let's do one thing. Rather than memorizing, let's store answers. I equals to minimum of answer of I mp dot second. That will be okay. I is invalid. So we already have minimum for this node. We're storing it here, marking it as visited. This should be very optimal. Okay. We are only visiting a node once, so not really. By the way, if node is already 1, then we can return, no? Visited of node. It is already visited. Then, but return what? We will have to return the answer for this, but I'm not sure what is the minimum. So I need to store the answer somewhere so I can grab it. Yep. Let's create a pair. Let's call it DP for now. A single vector with pairs, and every single pair. So what are values that are not possible? I believe -1, -1 is fine. Or TP of node. This stores the value, and we can DP later to get everything. That is also something we can do. And if that is the case, then we can return DP of node because we already have the value. Now this looks optimal. Now if TP of this node, we don't need visited anymore. Okay, then we'll import this. After doing that, okay, so answer of I is going to be TP of I dot second. Approach नहीं कर पा रहे, time लगेगा bro. Give it some time and you will be able to do it. Time is the only thing you need. Keep practicing. Don't solve like very hard problem. Solve problems that are a bit easier for you. I mean, at least you can attempt, right? If DP of node is not equal to this thing, what's the issue with that? Initialization list cannot be used on the right hand side. But like, I don't know, it's a pair of int comma int. What's the issue? So this must also be wrong. I mean, I can use make pair now, right? No? Okay, now this is good. Everything works fine. I'm just wasting my time. I don't know why. It was very easy problem for me. Practice करते करते discipline के साथ आ जाएगा. हाँ, exactly. Keep practicing, be disciplined, and backend engineering, absolutely. Definitely worth it. Just make sure you're a good engineer. That's it. Given a 2D array of axis aligned rectangles, each rectangle I is ith rectangle where x of I the coordinates of bottom left corner, so top right corner. Okay. Total area covered by all rectangles in the plane. Any area covered by 2 or more rectangles should only be counted once. Okay. So we have to count the area of rectangle covered. So we have to divide them into multiple rectangles. This is how we will have to do it. This is going to be like something related to sorting kind of thing. Pretty sure. You're a self-taught developer. I'm also a self-taught developer. I mean, most of the people are self-taught. Open source contribution is about, so the browser I'm using, Firefox, it is an open source browser, right? So like you can find the source code and everything. You can go and see if you see any problem in this browser, and if you think you can fix it, you can go and send them a pull request. Their code is open source. You can explore their code. You can modify that, right? And how you contribute, you just, if it's on GitHub, just fork it, make some changes, send a PR request. If they accept it, then you know your code will get merged. Simple. Okay. Ten to the power 9. Okay. So 10 to the power 9. So we need to find something very efficient. Most welcome, bro. How can we do it? We can probably like sort these rectangles. But like it could be probably some rectangle. So we have X and Y. So we can do n square over rectangles, even cube. How I approach a question. By the way, the previous question I have solved, you could have approached it like, you know, like you should use DP if you see any that sort of question. But I was just thinking maybe that works, maybe that works, maybe that works. But like if I'm in a contest, I would always go for like the best solution that I have. So remember that. So like the first thing I could think of, maybe I can iterate over each of these grids, but it is not possible because of the constraint. So we can definitely not iterate through all the grids. We need to think of some other approach. Same goes for Y. How can we remove these duplicates? Duplicate areas are basically if the ending point so we have these 2 points 1 2 and 1 3, so we basically take maximum of these two. Leetcode 1186. I'll see after this. I need to find like overlapping ranges. So first idea I have, let's sort everything by xi. It's so initial x point. Just sort this thing. So its R value could go in somewhere. But y also matters here, so we have 2 directions. This is why maybe we can do n square. Okay. How long is this stream though? 3 hours. First, I can see how much X area is covered. Okay. So first of all, I can just take everything, like all the areas of all rectangles. Then I can maybe loop through and try to divide it, like try to remove the common area. So first I'll see how much X it is in, then I will see like in y-axis if that is common, right? And the intersection of both those things are going to be the factor by which I divide my total. So what if everything is inside? Because after 2, yeah, well, I need to find all the starting X points that are less than this 2. Okay. Makes sense. And they are going to be greater than 0 at least, because they are sorted. If I have that, so that is binary search. And then I will also see like their y-axis should be less than 2. But like there could be another point greater y-axis. I can go through all rectangles again. So I'll probably go through all rectangles and reduce it if that's the case. I'll move towards 2. Okay, so I'll move towards 2, then I'll start from 2. I'll find the index, that is starting point either equals to or greater than 2, so lower bound. Then I can start from that index. B. Can I see maximum subarray in one deletion? So first of all, you're talking about subarray of size 2 or greater than 2. Okay. And you need like the maximum sum. So which element you will delete? You will delete the smallest element. Okay. The problem is the negative numbers. Positive numbers are not the problem. So you can always take positive number consecutively. But if you have negative number, you can take it once. But after then one try, Maximum possible. In big of n. It's like maximum subarray sum. Maybe I'm a bit of a anxious. Maybe I'm a bit of a child. Is everybody trying to be famous? I'm just trying to find a place to hide. So 1, 0. I mean 1 minus 1, 0. Then we have 1. We have 1. Okay, still. And we have 4. So you can use cadence algorithm or like similar type of thing. You have to maintain a window of minimum number. You have to maintain like a variable which will be the minimum number in the window, and you have to maximize like the total sum minus that minimum number. That is going to be your answer. So in this it will be like 0, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. So this is minus 1 here, right? So you will think of starting a new window from here, right? So if you will start a new window from here, you'll get 0. Okay, then you'll get 3, and this is your answer. So use cadence algorithm and just take like whatever the maximum sum possible is. So this was minus 1, right? Starting a new window from here will give you 0. So if anytime it goes negative, you start a new window. And why? You could have like and the reason for that is if you're like if it got negative, that means extending this array is not going to be, is going to be worst always, because this minimum can decrease further possibly. So it could be like, what if I had like minus 5 here? Yeah, so that is going to be an issue again. You know cadence algorithm? Have you ever solved any problem using cadence algorithm? Or like similar problem, like it is sort of a sliding window algorithm. Okay, I'll recommend you something. Learn some sliding window algorithm. Okay, and make sure you learn cadence algorithm. Yeah, that is very important. So cadence is basically maximum subarray sum, but here you have to do one deletion as well. That's the difference. And make sure you prove things, because imagine if you have something bigger here, then you're adding minus 1 to it, which is not good. And what if something is worst here? If something is like less than minus 2 here, right, then again your answer is going to be again worst, because you can remove this one, but this is going to be worst again. This is going to be less than minus 1. So makes sense. No brother, apply cadence algorithm. What are you trying to say? What about things that are outside this box? There might be some other things starting from here, overlapping here. How do I do it? Hmm. Hmm. See ya, brother. Bye. It's 7:30. Should I end my stream too? It's been 3:30 already. I'll solve this after doing the SQL problem. I think I will have to sort this, and then I will have to remove these duplicates. Then I'll move to another grid, another part of a grid. But I need bigger lens first, maybe. Not sure, but let's bookmark this. This 88, bro. It's very easy. Closest person to him is maximized. I mean, just drag this thing down, right? Let's take 2 persons and find the midpoint. And then distance between them is 1. Distance is 4 by 2, and here the distance is 2 by 1. So yep, here the distance is, there is only one person sitting. In case of one person, you have another person here, probably. No, not really. So you can do like, you can sit here at the end. So 3 distance, here you have 1 distance. Okay. I'll do this after dinner. Alright guys, see you tomorrow.